Hello everyone, welcome back to another video about Far Cry 5. So there's obviously been a surge of information about this game recently since it got officially announced by Ubisoft, so I thought I'd do another video on it. And today it's going to be a little top 5 video. It's not going to be a news video or anything, just a little top 5. So today I'm going to be doing my top 5 wants for Far Cry 5, because obviously everything in the trailer wasn't the extent of the game. I'm sure there's loads more content in the game that wasn't shown in the initial announcement trailer, and I'm just going to give you my top 5 wants for things that I want to be in the game and things that could possibly be returning from the older Far Cry games. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video, guys. So to start off the list, at the number 5 spot we have a variety of vehicles. Now Far Cry 5 has a lot more opportunities considering it's set in more of a civilized area, being Montana in the USA. The other Far Cry games have kind of been on little remote islands, like Far Cry 3 was on an island, Far Cry 4 was obviously in like the mountains in the Himalayas type thing, so it was in very remote areas and there wasn't an awful lot of access to vehicles. Now in Far Cry 5, it's set in the USA, it's kind of like a proper civilization. This means that there'll be a lot more vehicles in the game and possibly even like just normal cars that you might see on the road. We've obviously seen a lot of vehicles in the actual trailer for Far Cry 5. We saw trucks, we saw like a little muscle car in the background, we saw helicopters, planes, you know, so I really do hope that all these vehicles are actually drivable in the game and that we can like fly a plane around. I do think that we'll be able to, because why not? Why would they show it in the trailer if we can't drive it around and fly about? It would make a lot of sense considering we're in a more civilized area, more vehicles, more people. It would just be great, because the other Far Cry games like Far Cry 4, there were just a few shitty trucks, like a little like buggy or something like that. There was like that weird like a helicopter seat flying thing that you could fly about with. It was really strange, but it seems like they're trying to add a lot more vehicles into Far Cry 5, which does make me very happy because it means there's a lot more ways that you can traverse the different areas of land. So next up we have the hunting and crafting system from the other Far Cry games. Now I really enjoyed the hunting in Far Cry 4. It was like really cool to get your bow out or get a sniper out and just like take out a bunch of tigers and, you know, sell their pelts. It was a really cool thing. I have no idea why. It was just really entertaining to do, and I'd love to see it come back in Far Cry 5. Now I reckon it definitely will, because it's Far Cry and hunting is a huge part of the Far Cry games. And also in the trailer we do see a character aiming a sniper rifle at a deer or elk, which means that hunting's definitely going to be in it, because why else would they show hunting in the game? But yeah, I'm really excited to hunt different types of animals and kind of more animals that are native to America instead of like more exotic animals like tigers. It'd just be really cool because it would just be like classic hunting, like Red Dead Redemption type hunting. And you know, I can't wait because I love the hunting in Far Cry 4. It was really fucking fun, and I cannot wait to see what they do with the crafting as well in Far Cry 5. I think it'd be cool if we could like craft different parts of our weapons from the different things we get from hunting. You know, maybe get some straps that we can slap onto our weapon to make it more accurate, or, you know, make it easier to handle. I think it'd just be really cool if hunting actually contributed to our weapons instead of like just how much meat we can hold, or, you know, how big our wallet is so it can hold more money. I think it'd be cool if it was actually more to do with weapons, and also maybe different types of, you know, armor that you can get in the game as well. Not necessarily armor like in Assassin's Creed or games like that, but more like kind of reinforcements to your current outfit that makes you more durable in combat. I think that'd be really cool, because that's not something that's been done in Far Cry before. It's always down to, you know, perks in the skill tree that give you more health. Now it'd be cool just to see if hunting made it so you could have more health in the game instead of it just being a skill in the skill tree. So next up on the list we have a customizable weapon and attachment system. Now this was something that was in Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4, and I'd love to see it returning in Far Cry 5, but in a more in-depth and advanced way, kind of like the Fallout 4 system of creating weapons and adding your own attachments and variations to the weapon. I think it would be really fucking cool if Ubisoft went really in-depth with all these different weapon attachments and made it so there was loads and loads of different combinations you could have with each weapon for different attachments, like a silencer, extended mag, you know, laser sights. It'd be so fucking awesome to see different things in the game and have more customization overall in terms of the weapons that you have in your arsenal. Because obviously Far Cry 5 and Far Cry in general, it's going to be about the guns a lot. It's a lot about the guns, so you might as well add that gun customization in it to make it so you can personalize each gun exactly to your playstyle and your needs, and just personalize the game a whole lot more. think that'd be fucking awesome. You can have some awesome fucking arsenal full of loads of really unique, edited, specialized weapons for different things, and it would make everything a lot more worthwhile. You can have like special quests to get certain like awesome high tier attachments and high tier weapons in the game, and you can be able to customize all these weapons and make them tailored to you. So next up on this list at the number 2 spot, we have a unique set of characters in the game. Now, Far Cry 3 was one of the games that had some of the best characters in the series. One of the most notable characters being Vass, the main antagonist of the game. He was such a great character, and he's the reason why Far Cry 3 was such a successful game in terms of its characters and story. He was a really interesting character, and there are also many of the characters in that game that were good that I don't remember the names of, but Vass is the main one that stands out because he's literally, you know, he's on the front cover of the game. He's such an awesome character, very iconic character in gaming in general. Actually, he's a very famous character and he's fucking awesome. But I really want some interesting characters, not only the villain to be interesting, which I'm sure he will be in some way, but I want some of the, you know, main characters' friends to be interesting as well, because in Far Cry 4 the main characters, like the people from the Resistance, they were just a bit shit, you know, from the Golden Path, whatever the fuck it's called. That, like, the people that you worked with, both characters weren't awfully interesting, and I gotta say, AJ wasn't that interesting either as the main character. He was just kind of a random guy that appeared and was like kind of plonked in the middle of, you know, Kyrat, and, you know, there wasn't much backstory to him, wasn't much setup. It was just, yeah, I'm a guy and I'm here and I've got an American accent. Again, I'm basically a rehash of Jason from Far Cry 3, but I really hope the main protagonist is a lot more interesting than it has been in the recent games. I'm pretty sure they said that you can either pick a male or female, and some people are even saying that you might be able to customize your character, which I guess will make the character feel a lot more personalized to you and a lot more personal, I guess. So that's kind of cool that you might be able to customize your character, but I don't know, we'll see in the future. But I just hope that we have some interesting interaction with a lot of the characters. We've already had the trailers from the different characters in the game, and they do look quite interesting, but we'll have to wait and see if the characters are actually good in the game, because Ubisoft in games previously, they've kind of made very pandering decisions in terms of their characters, like in Watch Dogs 2, all the characters are very SJW, very pandering. I don't really like the characters in Watch Dogs 2, they're cringe. I don't like them. If you guys like them, then, you know, to each their own, but I don't like the characters in Watch Dogs 2 whatsoever. I really hope that Ubisoft can actually create a believable set of characters without making them all pandering SJW scum, basically. So yeah, that's what I want in Far Cry. It's one of the main things that made the older games so much better, is because the characters in the game were fucking great, aka Vass in Far Cry 3, and I really hope they can make some awesome characters that will actually be remembered in Far Cry 5. So finally, for the number 1 spot on this list, this one kind of goes hand in hand with the characters in the game, but the main thing I want in Far Cry 5 is a compelling story that is filled with action, because Far Cry 4 is kind of boring. The story was very similar to that of Far Cry 3, and it didn't interest me an awful lot at all. It was kind of just helping the Golden Path, and it wasn't that great at all. It really wasn't. Far Cry 3 had a really good action-packed story that had loads of twists and turns and loads of different characters in it, and that's kind of the thing I want in Far Cry 5, but not just a massive copy of it. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want the game to just be Far Cry 3. I want it to be its own thing. I want it to have loads of great characters, loads of awesome story elements, and loads of twists and turns in the story, with characters, with events that happen, and just a really great story in general, because if you have a great set of characters, you have to have a great story to go with it, and, you know, there's not one without the other. So yeah, it's all well and good to have a good open world as well, but you have to have that good story. And like, I've seen the open world, looks absolutely beautiful with, you know, the trailer and stuff. It looks massive, it looks really vast, huge, awesome, but you need to have a good story, or else that open world isn't gonna feel worth it. That's what I'm saying. So that's basically the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is just a list of my top 5 things that I want in Far Cry 5. It's just a really short video. It's probably going to be the last Far Cry 5 video I'm going to be doing for a while, unless any more news or stuff comes out for it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead and like and subscribe for more gaming news and content in the future. And also remember to comment down in the comment section below telling me what you guys want in Far Cry 5. All these things I want are basically in the other games, in all fairness, but I just want them done in a different way, more in depth and all that good stuff. And I just hope the game's really awesome. Cannot wait to see more information about the game at E3. And yeah, It's gonna be fucking great, and I can't wait for it to come out ultimately in February. It's gonna be fucking great. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.